And it's a perfect timing because with respect to Ken made a very good point about rejecting violence. I agree with Ken. The problem, of course, is that Ken's former boss, Donald Trump, pardoned a bunch of politically violent people earlier this year. He's even dangled pardons in front of the kidnappers.
So did Joe Biden.
The attempted, I'm not here to defend Joe Biden, but Donald Trump pardoned a bunch of political.
You know what I like about Mehdi Hasan, though? Even though, like, I don't go on the J6 route. I don't. But Mehdi Hasan is still prepared no matter what. If you're looking at debate styles, Mehdi Hasan is about to dismantle whoever this tool is on the Chris Cuomo show. Chris Cuomo is going to sit there quiet because Chris Cuomo is a tool of the Israel lobby. So, Mehdi Hasan is going to destroy this guy, this Ken guy. I don't know. Mehdi Hasan is going to drag him. You can already tell. He says, so did Joe Biden. You can't get Mehdi Hasan on these type of right-left talking points. He's not there to defend Joe Biden. And that's what he said. And he moved right along. They're not really ready. And he loves it. He eats these debates and he loves it. I don't have to agree with everything he says, but he is a masterful debater. And you can't deny that.
Political extremists who attacked the Capitol. And he's also, Chris, dangled pardons in front of the people who wanted to kidnap and maybe kill Gretchen Whitmer, like horrible political extremists. He's talked about pardoning them as well. So that's a real problem. And we need the president, as you said in your introduction, to really lead on this and use this killing of his friend to say, you know what, all of us tone it down. This is a president who's called his enemies scum, vermin, animals. You know, Chris, better than me what he's called his political enemies, including you. So that's what we need from the president. We're not getting it from the president. We're getting more kind of talk of pardons. The other issue which you asked about Charlie Kirk, look, I differ from you on this, Chris, and this is what we argued on Twitter. I think public figures are not private figures. I think public figures, when they die, of course we should be respectful to their families. I've said time and again that it breaks my heart to think about what his children are going through, what his widow is going through. It's horrific what happened to him. I can't even watch that video. I refuse to watch that video of what happened to him.
I mean, can we pause and just acknowledge that Mehdi Hasan has said that? This notion of like, oh, the left is celebrating. Are you serious? Like, okay, yeah, some no names are doing some sick things, but big names like Mehdi Hasan have said this. I mean, can we just please, can we take that like out of the talking points now? Can we? Like, it's just, it's a ridiculous point to think. And I'm sure he's going to get to the point that, we can talk about a person even if they did die and they got sadly assassinated, but their material is there for us to scrutinize, criticize, assess, whatever, evaluate, whatever. It's not that deep. It's just all over the place with it. It's just ridiculous. Chris Cuomo is just an absolute, he's not even looking into the camera. Goodness gracious. If you guys like this clip, please don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button and the notification bell. Thank you to every eye that lands on these videos.
But he's a public figure. I'm a public figure. Chris, you're a public figure. When we die, people are going to look at what we say and say, well, I agree with him on this, I agree with him on that. And the problem is Ken and the right are trying to almost deify him. What Ken just said is not true, that Charlie never called for violence, that Charlie was level. Charlie called for me to be deported from America because he didn't like a monologue I did on COVID. He called for Joe Biden to be executed by death penalty. We can go down the list. I know you don't want to hear. Let's not make this a Charlie Kirk rhetoric thing. But I don't know what else to say. When I hear Ken saying things that I think are untrue, then I have to respond. You know me, Chris, it's in my nature. I have to respond and say, well, that's not true. Here are the facts. Just last week, the day before he died, the day before he was brutally murdered, he said that Islam is the sword the left is using to slit the throat of America. I don't think that's rhetoric that people should be emulating. I find that deeply offensive, Eric. Obviously, it doesn't justify killing him. Nothing justifies killing him. But please don't tell me that he was a level-headed person who never insulted or abused anyone. That's just not true. He asked for people to post bail on the guy who attacked Paul Pelosi in his home, a violent extremist, Trump supporter, election denier, who attacked Paul Pelosi in his home, is now in prison for attempted murder. Charlie called for bail to be posted for him by an American hero. So that's the kind of rhetoric I don't think we need. Or emulate.
Mehdi, what is the difference? What is the difference between telling the truth and rationalizing the murder? That's why I talk about time, place, and manner. That when you say, look, this is unacceptable, but he said a lot of terrible things, it sounds like you're not as upset that he was murdered because he said those things.
With respect, Chris, that's not what I said. I said His murder is inexcusable. I've said that consistently, as have we all. But I was responding to Ken saying that Charlie was X, Y, Z. If Ken and the right, and Ken, I'm not picking on you, but the right in general, were not treating him like a new MLK. I'm seeing people saying he was a literal saint. He should have a statue put up in Congress. Chris, am I supposed to just let that go and not say, we probably shouldn't have a statue in Congress for a man who says Islam is a religion being used to slit the throat of the West, and Muslims like me are conquerors? There's the kind of stuff he said. Am I supposed to not respond to that political rhetoric?
Thank you for watching.
Yeah, exactly. So, Chris, I mean, what is there to say to that, right? You know, the same thing happened. The boy, Ken just went to sleep after because, I mean, Mehdi just like this screenshot just makes it clear what we just witnessed here. Mehdi's like, bah, da, 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 da. Ken is like, I didn't want to do this anyway. I'm just sitting here with my suit on. And Chris is like, I don't know how to stop him. I'm going to get in trouble. My sponsors, they're gonna back away because he's going too much. He's doing too much. He's saying a lot. And he's saying a lot of the truth. The thing is that I was in a debate kind of like this, and I was almost tossed off the stage for saying this online. When I was saying, of course, it's sad. Nobody come on, why do I have to keep on making this disclaimer that I wouldn't want to see somebody assassinated in such a way? My God, I screamed in the house. It was terrible. I didn't expect to see that. It was absolutely terrible, but it doesn't change the fact, and I'll take it the Christian route, that Charlie Kirk was a Christian Zionist who was promoting Israel. And I was like, so now we're not allowed to say that? And then they were like, oh, well, and I was like, no. I said, listen, I'm just going to leave, because they were getting ready to get rid of me. I was like, look, I'm going to leave, but I'm just going to say this. If I'm a public figure, or you see my videos and stuff or whatever on YouTube, and you hear what I'm saying, and God forbid, when that time happens, something happens to me or whatever, please talk about them. Please scrutinize them. Please assess them. Please learn from them. Do something. I think that's what a person would want, So, but instead they're like, oh, no, you can't say this bad thing because he just, come on, get out of here. So shout out to Mehdi Hasan. I'll see you guys at the next one. Bye.